Hi guys, sorry about that interruption. Chamion here from Food by Chamion. I want to speak a bit about some things. Allow me to speak. Those of you that support what I do, I am not speaking to you. Those that I'm speaking to know I'm speaking to them. If something is for you, you know it is for you. I once had a viewer, supporter saying, Chamion, please don't speak like that. Don't make them change you from who you are. Okay, and I appreciate that supporter very much. I want to say about a year ago, more than a year ago, because it was my birthday last year, which was May the 20th. I want to speak a bit. Like I said, allow me to speak. Also, persons have a problem with me speaking. Listen, take it elsewhere. Move on. If I have a lot of persons cooking that don't speak at all, I teach. I'm a teacher, and this is what I do, and I love what I do. And if I don't teach, there is no way persons can pull from me or get the gist of what I'm saying. If I have mute videos where persons just put the recipe on the screen and so forth, you all go follow them. So about a year ago, a little over a year ago, I did a YouTube video on Bus Up Shop. And I want to speak plain this afternoon. And anytime anyone is to quote me correctly. Some of you might say I came with a lot of fire this evening. And so it shall be. Hi, Khadija. I hope I pronounced the name properly. Because I am who I am and I don't intend to change for nobody whatsoever. I am unapologetically me. I do things my way. And like I said, for those of you that is the first time you'll be watching me, I wasn't formally trained to cook. I've been cooking since of 12. I'm well over my mid-30s now, and it is what it is. So I did this bus up shot demo, like I said, on May 20th of last year. And I came under heavy fire. The Trinidad and Tobago Indian community, I'm speaking plain because I have to speak plain. I don't want to speak in parables this evening. They attacked me left, right, and center. I had a lot of hate speech and so forth, so much so that I had to report to one of the police stations here in Trinidad and Tobago because someone started to threaten me. And I want to say to the Indian community this afternoon, you all need to relax. You all need to relax. Nobody owns the right to any particular food in Trinidad and Tobago. We are a multicultural nation, and so our dishes would have been handed down from different traditions and different peoples, indigenous peoples, and so forth, and so forth, and so forth. I want to make it very quick this afternoon. Hi, thank you so much, Alicia. I appreciate you. So, I appreciate all my viewers and supporters and so forth. And I want to say that if when you grew up, for those of you that don't know, I have locks. I have locks down all the way past my back. African thick locks, real locks, not faux locks, real locks. And for those of you that grew up in the Indian homes, I'm not being racist, I'm speaking plain because my international viewers have to get an idea of what's going on. A lot of persons of my descent or race can't make roti of any type. It is facts. I even have some supporters of Indian descent that told me also too they can't make it, and I know that for a fact. I have a lot of jokes in the Hindu community about Indian community about they're not, if you can't make a proper roti, you won't be able to get a spouse. And it's a lot of joke and a lot of humor surrounding it and all of that. But what I went through for bus up shop making is not a joke. And I want to say that. And I want to say, if you don't know me, you ought to get to know me because I love people, but I'm also very fiery. Good afternoon, Elizabeth. Nice to see you. Right? I am who I am. Okay, and I would not tolerate abuse in any way, shape, or form. So persons went on in my own nation here to act like they never knew that you made bus up shot the way I did it. And I was appalled. And I was thinking these people are bigoted, they are hypocrites, they are everything else one can imagine. Because listen to me, if you grew up in an Indian home, your nana or granny, she would not have used measurement because guess what? Granny was not teaching. Granny was making for her family. Okay, and this would have been handed down from generation to generation. So she didn't have to measure. She didn't have to do cone method. She didn't have to do none of that because guess what? That was what Granny did. Okay? But in this setting, I have to measure. I have to do cone method. And for those of you that pretend that you don't know the cone method exists, I want to say now, before you try to attack anything I do some studies on it. If you don't know, with Food by Chamion on Facebook page, I teach a lot myself and my senior administrator, everything goes through me, of course. And we teach a lot. We do food features. And the corn method, which I'm going to do this evening, already have my dough prepared. It is a normal part of roti making. So when you are pretending like you all didn't know, I knew what you all was doing, because you all know, if even you buy a recipe book, the corn method, it is a part of roti making. So let's stop being silly. Let's stop just being so hateful that other things are clouded, including our good judgment and senses, and let us just let persons do what they want to do. Because a lot of persons pull from me. I share screenshots at times with what person telling me on from internationally. I share some of my data or data, as it is known internationally, last night of my YouTube channel. Y'all, as my grand used to say, leave well enough alone. Roti, it isn't trademarked to any persons. Anyone can make it. However you choose to make it, that's on you. And I went on to explain the reason I made it the way I did was because my tower was small. I personally hate to see roti bust up short, thick. I don't like to see it bulky. The texture isn't the same when it hits the tongue. And some of you know what I'm speaking about. The taste is almost like if it is raw. Exactly, that's what I always say. Thank you, Khadija. Right? So when you see that thick, I see persons do YouTube tutorials or demos or videos. I call my work demo because I'm demonstrating. And the rotis, the bust up shirt is as thick as sada or roast bake. If that's how you want to do it, more power to you. But if I prefer it a certain size and width and so forth, that's me. You have other roti makers, go and hang out with you all crowd. Leave me to do what I do for my people and those who embrace what I do. When I say my people, I'm not speaking race, I'm speaking for those who connect with me and appreciate what I do. So I'm going to get straight into things now. When you are dealing with bust up shot of any kind, the ratio for baking powder, which is the only rising agent, is the same amount in cups. Let me break it down. If you are using 4 cups of flour, you need 4 teaspoons of baking powder. So if you are doing 10 cups of flour, hi, I didn't get your name, but hi, hello to you. Okay, so if you are doing 10 cups of flour, you will need 10 teaspoons of baking powder. I know you all understood that. So you always want to build on a recipe because sometimes you all want to feed more persons or serve more persons and I will be serving, okay? So I have my dough here already. Already. And this was actually 4 cups of flour, all-purpose flour, with 4 teaspoons, of baking powder, which is the only rising agent. I am going to cut this dough into four parts because it should give us 4. What I did with the first demo, for those of you, the first bust up shot demo that I did, for those of you that's not familiar with what happened, is because of the size of my tower, instead of cutting this into 4, I literally cut it into 8. You all understood that? Because again, I don't like bulky, thick bust up shot. It tastes like raw flour. And because of that, I came under heavy fire. Who laugh, who tag each other. One man said he's a doctor. He cursed me up. Oh my God, oh my God. But I'm not shying away from the controversy. I am here to do what I do, whether you support, like it or not. Laughing at me ain't going to do nothing because here I am. I know who I am. I believe in what I do. I have my supporters and I am only going to go higher. And you're going to watch as I go higher. So having said that, I'm going to get into what I do here, which is making the bust up shot. I have my bench knife. You want to make this ahead of time, you do and leave it to rest, okay? One lady even said about the first bust up shot demo, she says the worst video I ever see on YouTube. Right? Half of them, if you know how to make something, you won't come up with. So let's stop with the garbage. Let's stop with the nonsense. Okay? If you know how to make something, you won't be on YouTube looking, trying to see what you see. So you all ain't fooling me. Keep it moving with that garbage. I told you all I came fiery this evening. I told you all before I started that I wanted to speak. I was going to go on Facebook and live stream this because when I go on Facebook, they go crazy when I do demos live on Facebook. But I say, you know what? Because of the controversy, I'm going to come right here. I'm going to come right here. I have an ex-supporter that requested that I do Dalpari. I'm going to get to it soon. I have a lot going on. Thank you so very much, Miss Independent. Thank you, I appreciate it. It's my first live. I see that you caught, right? Yeah. So leave it to rest for quite some time. Only use new baking powder. When I say new, buy a batch right before. Make sure it's stored in an airtight container for best results. You don't want to use goods that you had put down for too long a period of time. Also check for your expiration dates and so forth and so forth. Okay? What I'm saying is the garbage and the racism needs to stop. It needs to stop. That's what I'm saying basically. Nobody owns the right to this. However, I feel to do it. If I want to do this paper tin, that's my prerogative. And those who might want to do a paper tin also. Nothing gives you all the right to come in here and mash up what I do. You all know how much for goods to do these things? Right? So we have the 4 lawyers. They will call them lawyers. Loyah. I have them already. Let me just move because I want to just work with the one that I want now. So I know you all understood what I said, which is because of the shape. I have my tower. It's as old as my firstborn daughter, or even a couple months older than her. It's 17 years old and counting, so it's well seasoned, it's dark, it's discolored. A new tower doesn't behave nicely. It just don't. I had to say all of that for you to understand. You'll have to grease that and go through a couple of routines with that for it to work well. For best results with roti making, you will need clarified butter. I don't do sponsored content, but I want to be direct with you all. For those of you that live internationally, this is the brand I'm using, cow brand. Ghee, if you don't know, is also clarified butter. Okay, so I'm just going to show you all. It comes with a tub that you have to open. I already removed the top for the sake of time. Okay, so I'm just going to, roll it out into the same cone method that they were pretending they didn't know exists. Because apparently when they were growing up, nobody did the cone method because they own the rights to this thing. And I don't really focus on the haters and the trolls, I block them very quickly. And you won't believe they just like me so much. And they repeatedly open other accounts to come and get to me on YouTube. You won't believe that, eh? Sometimes they mention each other, whoever is their friend or whatever. And I sort them all out the same way. Let them know, keep it moving really fast away from my channel and thing with those kind of garbage and little children mentalities and demeanors and so forth. Nobody's going to abuse me. You all know how much you do a roti class for about 4 hours. I'm not sure you're even going to be able to make roti when you come out of the said classes. Because those things usually they are packed with persons. The bits of bubbles that you are seeing is just the flour resting and it's doing its thing, okay? If you look close, you will see bits of bubbles on the dough. Yeah, because it's also going to do that on the tower. If you live internationally, your tower is more or less a hot, kind of, how to describe it? It's the material of a pot, thick pot, solid bottom pot, and it's made in the form of a circle, of course. You all saw it just now. So the cone method is this. You roll out your layers. You first want to get some ghee on there. So I have this brush that I'm going to get my ghee on, a pastry brush. They pretended they didn't know this method exists. Those that try to take me on. You go and you buy their same cookbooks and you see this method. So I was a bit like, wow, you all not for real with this garbage. So you want to do that, get your ghee all over. This is critical. Some persons will use their hands. It's good to, work with your hands at time. You want to sprinkle on some flour. Some persons make their shut, like I said, thick like sada bake or roast bake. That's their prerogative. Gives me no right to go and tell them that's not how they do bust up shop. I'll be out of place. So this is as tight as you can, cone method. Just any of you put it in a search engine and you will see these steps. You will see these steps. So they were full of it when they were saying that, we don't know, what is that, and laughing and carrying on. And, they were just being full of themselves and a lot of garbage too, filter at the same time. Yeah? And you want to, press it down and just give it a bit of rest. You all saw how soft it is, right? So I know you all see. As I touch it, it's just springing back up. It's pretty soft. And we're going to repeat this step twice, just for me to get 2 down for you all to see and move on. Like seriously, who doesn't know the cone method exists in bust-up shot making? Who doesn't know? Then you need to don't speak about something if you are not sure. That's all. You don't come to take on somebody who is well seasoned in the food world and you think you're somehow cute. Because actually I think you are ignorant without knowledge. A lot of them that commented, I absolutely think that they were without a lot of knowledge. But I didn't want to take them on like that. You see, what the problem is? It's not so much that I can't make roti. If even I was of their race and I made the roti and it was horrible, I would have gotten the support. But the mere fact that it's me that did it, it got a lot of them hot and bothered, I see the film for what it is. They can't fool me. They support their own regardless of. We must learn to do the same. So if you are now joining, thank you for joining me. I had to do what I did at the beginning of this demo. It was necessary. I had to do it. Like I said, those that it's for, know it's for them. When something is for you, you know it's for you. They know it's for them. Wasn't for those of you that love me and support me unconditionally. It wasn't for you. It was for the haters, the trolls. So I'm just preparing the lawyer for the cone method that the trolls pretended it didn't exist if you are now joining me. So we're going to go with ghee again on my pastry brush. The ghee, it's frozen, it's solid, in solid form right now, but once it drops to room temperature, it pretty much looks like oil. It's also very easy to make your own ghee. I made my own ghee already. But I'll say, you can buy it. It goes very expensive though. So sprinkle on the flour on there. And you do cone method. As tight as you can, cone. And why we say cone is because it looks exactly the way a cone will look. And then you press the peak of that cone in. Yeah? Yeah. A lot of bubbles, which is good. A lot of air pockets in it. On challenges internationally, I see persons made roti and they don't go through all this that, we will go through step by step for persons who don't know how to do it to grasp it. They do it very simple, okay? So now it's on to, getting this one onto, I'm going to do this one in this one. I won't cut it in half like with my first demo, not because of the haters or anything, because I want you all to see how thick it will be on my tower, the size of my tower in this size. You see, with the first demo, that's what I didn't do. I didn't show persons how thick it would have been. So I'm going to try my best to roll out this as thin as possible now. Here, it's pretty soft, like I said. I was told that the first one of the trolls said, you play with it so much, it is hard. A guy, a gentleman. I wonder where they find the time with these feminine tendencies. Claiming he's a doctor. Which doctor have time to be on YouTube attacking anyone work? Yeah, so I'm just going to get it as thin as I can, like I said, without repeating myself, to get onto the hot stone. And don't think the hate is only, it's only me alone that goes through it, eh? A lot of YouTubers deal with it. They don't understand you can report them. They don't understand that cyberbullying, being nasty or mean to persons on the internet is not a crime. They don't understand a lot of stuff. They just think that, you know, that they can be who they want to be, hide behind a computer, and somehow they are lions behind a computer. When you get to see who it is doing these things, you always want to know, is that the person? A lot of them work professionally and so forth. I found one, I tracked her down. That's the one who threatened me, and I went to the station for her. I tracked her down. So, you know, that's why I didn't even want to, what you can do is just get it back into a perfect shape circle by literally just, you know, closing back in the bottom part of it. Let me show you what I'm speaking about while I'm at it. So you see how this is shaped? So you just get it back into a perfect circle, form it back, pull the ends and so forth, and get it back tight together in a perfect circle. Because with the cone method, it's going to keep some shapes that is not a perfect circle. Remember, I did cone, right? So just let me get it as thin as possible. Some persons leave it this size and they get it on the tower. I absolutely hate to see it done this size. I need to move all this stuff to give me some more room to roll out the you know, the dough. So you keep going and you keep going and you keep going and you keep going. If you like, you can just simply, the edge that isn't perfectly shaped, just simply remove it with like your bench knife or such. Like this piece here. If you don't want to go over the process of forming a perfect circle, just remove that piece. It's that simple. A couple more seconds again before we get to where I want to get. Just let me remove, there's a mat that I had underneath my my pastry mat. Yeah? Right, so let me go some more. Remember I said I want to get it as thin as I can. But it's going to be too thick for my taste, even as it is here in regards to the size of my tower or my hot stone. It's going to be too thick. It's not how I like bus-up shot done. But I'm just showing you all for demonstration purposes. You know, you can just take your hands and somewhat press out the edges of it. If you do it way too big, it's not going to fit on your tower. I'm now going to get some ghee onto my my tower. Flour is all over the place literally because of my hand. So I'm just getting the ghee on there. Persons also mash up their bus-up shot differently. Some persons put it in a hot towel. Some persons beat it on the tower with a dabbler. It's a flattened tool shaped like a knife. Here in Trinidad and Tobago, you know, like I say, they will. So let me just get the shape on properly. Some persons also get a darkish color on their own. Some persons don't like that, etc., etc. You need to get the ghee on here immediately. Ghee is rather salty and, you know. And I find when you use less ghee, it isn't as nice. I'm being honest, and I hate oil or fats. It isn't as nice when you use little ghee. Some persons won't use ghee whatsoever. They will just straight up use oil, probably vegetable oil. But the ghee, it really makes it different because keep in mind it's clarified butter. You see how it's swelling, right? So it's starting to, you know, rise. You all have seen all the bubbles. That's why you want to give it time to relax. Like I said, I know people that make it way thicker than this. I don't like it. Everybody have their preference. I don't like it this thick. Right? So, remember I called out what you didn't see me do the dough on set. I called out what's in the dough, okay? So it's swelling so nicely. All the areas we are starting to get those air pockets and it's swelling a lot. What somebody said, if it isn't getting air pockets, it's because it probably got a hole somewhere. So that's why it's not, you know, swelling like that. It's pretty soft and nice. It's just going, it's doing 2-ply on us. It's getting even more thick as it stay on the tower. You all remember how flat it was when I rested down, right? So now we have it really thick. And imagine persons do it thicker than this. I could never understand why, but to each their own. Like I said, we all do things differently, okay? Some persons like it dark, some don't. So I'm just gonna do this side now with some ghee. You notice how dry it is on this side. Whether you want it with that nice dark parts on it is up to you. Just leave it to go a bit longer. It's also doing the same thing, so it speaks of having no arm. And some people get it and just whack it until it's broken apart. Hit it until it's broken apart. The size and how thick it and all of that, that's on you also too. This thing is ridiculous. The 2-ply, it's doing 2-ply again. It's doing that same 2-ply thing. Okay? Like I said, remember I did this a few times well. So without the ghee, it isn't as nice. Okay? So you all see exits right here. Some of the bus up shop have this, some don't. I don't really like this on it, honestly speaking. Or it just depends on my mood. So clean teeth, clean. Remember why I said I did it this thick, right? Clean kitchen towel or teeth. And you just simply wrap it and you keep hitting until it's broken apart into bus up shot. The size and all of that is on you. That's solely on you, okay? You just want to keep going until you realize, okay, it's you know, it is what it is. And if you look at the inside here, just picking it up alone, you all saw how it turned, okay? So that's why I was saying that they would be ridiculous, because it is bus up shot. So let me just get this bit off, because remember I said I don't want it. I'm gonna rest a paper towel on my mat and just, you know, get it apart. Keep it in a cooler, please. So you all see, this is it. Some persons will make their own with milk instead of water, their dough. Right? And so forth and so forth. I just thought I'll come and show you guys this way, because remember I said I did it the first way, which was cutting my dough in half the first time around. So I thought I'll come on and show you guys this way with the whole loyal, without, you know, mashing it apart or so forth, and show you guys. Now I don't know if this isn't bus up shot, what is? Like seriously, and it's the same method I did. The only difference was if last time I simply just made it smaller to fit my tower, because I said why. Hi guys, okay, sorry about that interruption. So I'm back just to shut down. Thank you all for those of you that joined me. I appreciate it. Thank you all for all your support. Those of you that support me, it means the world to me. It really do. It does. Sorry. Food by Chamion. If you don't know, we are all over social media. We are on Pinterest. We have an account on Pinterest. Name Food by Chamion. We have a YouTube channel, of course, because I am live streaming. We have a blog. You need to go onto my Facebook business page, Food by Chamion, for the directions to my blog. We have an email address for the business, which is foodbychamion@gmail.com. We have a website, www.foodbychamion.com is the name of that website. We have an Instagram account, a public Instagram account. Food by Chamion is also the name of that account. Guys, until I'm with you, I thank you all for all your amazing support, love, and well wishes. Until I'm with you all, thanks for watching. A blessed evening and week ahead, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.